Danny Quaid. This is the real desert dog. In this episode of the Desert Dogs, we're going to explore the Inyo Mountains. All jokes aside, the word Inyo is Paiute and translates roughly as the dwelling place of the Great Spirit. Over the next few days, me and my fellow explorers will be vagabonds in the wilderness at the mercy of the Great Spirit itself. Our goal is to reach the ghost town of Beveridge, California. And to get there is going to require a hike so tough that only 3 others have volunteered to come along with me. Do you remember the Panamint City hike? Apparently this is supposed to be an even more remote location. Aside from our 2 desert dog biologists, we also have our friend Richard Elliott. So Richard is a historian of sorts of the Mojave Desert, and how many times have you done this hike?
I've attempted Beveridge 4 or 5 times on the west side of the Inyos. It's just very dangerous. It's one of the most difficult hikes in the Inyo Mountains and out here in the Mojave Desert. But it's a beautiful terrain, and hope we can find Beveridge.
Alright, so now we're going to gear up and wish us luck.
It was Friday the 13th, a day which by superstition is the least likely of days to undertake such a feat. But we are not superstitious men. We are 2 scientists, a historian, and a philosopher. If anything, we were honed creatures, blessed with the gifts of humanity, enabling us to manipulate the world in our favor. And for me to recount this tale for you today, and thus, we could reason our way through even the most unluckiest of days.
Science!
So in this episode of the Desert Dogs, we are en route to the ghost town of Beveridge, and it's in the Inyo Mountain Wilderness. Today is May 13th. Friday the 13th. I sense something ominous in our future. Let's see what happens.
As we wound our way toward the Inyo Wilderness, we made a wrong turn toward the Santa Rosa Hills, south of our destination. I marveled at the change in landscape. Aside from the road, it seemed we were in relatively virgin territory. We didn't realize the error of our ways until we hit what could only be considered a dead end. And perhaps for lesser mortals, it truly would have been the end.
Alright, looks like we might have made a wrong turn somewhere, and we're just kind of driving around the forest right now. Oh crap. I think the road ends right here, huh?
You think so?
Doesn't even look like there's a road here.
Oh, the one I'm getting is like you're doing the soothing. Is this wheel spin? The real wheel. Yeah, I know. I don't know, just in case.
We're pretty close to the bottom.
The SUV is sitting on the side like that. So a lot of the weight is on its left side. So what we're trying to do is dig trenches around the wheels so then when we back it up, there's a momentum shift that allows the SUV to basically do that. And then hopefully get traction more equally on both the back wheels and push it out even more. I can't guarantee it's going to work. Matter of fact, even if it comes out of this spot, I can't guarantee we'll even get back over there. We probably get stuck somewhere else again. But, you know. We try. We try.
Yeah. Win our battles 1 foot at a time.
Just,
We've got food and water.
Yeah.
That's right.
I guess we figured it out, plan B. Sitting here.
This is plan B.
It doesn't work. If for some reason he slides too much,
you hit that tree and then fall into this little ravine. And when that happens, we're basically going to be hitchhiking.
Stop.
He's trying to lower the tire pressure so he gets a little more traction. And right here, we kind of built a little track for the tire to follow. We're using a flat rock.
Damn front tire.
In a way, there's a little bit of science involved in this. This is kind of like a primitive form of engineering.
Over here it sounds like.
Did it move? It did move.
It did, right? I felt it. It did move. We were moving. Let me check it out.
Our plan, it seemed to work. It wasn't the best case scenario, but we did get out of our hole, and we have gained a little bit of clearance. I think about 2 inches. So
I felt it move. I go, yeah.
I guess a couple inches at a time. And we went back about a foot, it looks like.
Fill more rocks in here.
Okay, so now we're going to be clearing this a little road for him to go.
Okay. Start filling in all this area with more rock.
So we're hoping he's going to be backing up into that tree. And then follow this out this way, where he can turn around somewhere. Oh. Okay.
Yeah. 4 engineers. Feel like we saved Apollo 12.
You know? Science, baby.
Good job,
Science.
guys.
You know? It's not bad, really.
No,
no jack, you know, bare hands, no shovel.
Yeah, that was good.
Hey.
Awesome job.
We got our PhDs this time.
I wasn't sure. Remember when I got to you? Like, oh, where's the road? Like, I couldn't tell. That's why I stood there with a white shirt on.
Oh, cool.
All right.
So there's no such thing as Friday the 13th, apparently.
No, we've nullified that.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Not if you have an education, apparently. You know, like, yeah.
We were free by nothing less than a feat of engineering.
Alright, so we got out, and that just goes to show you if you have enough resilience, if you have enough motivation, if you have enough will to live and not give up, then you can just get out of anything. Alright, we have 4 minds, 4 able bodies, 4 people to help get a 2-wheel drive car or vehicle out of a very disconcerting situation. And it just makes you feel good, you know. And we didn't have a shovel, we didn't have a jack, we didn't even have Dustin. All we had was our bare hands, pretty much, and just will, you know. And it's Friday the 13th. There's no such thing as bad luck. If anything, we're bad luck to bad luck. We crossed the path of the black cat.
But we had burned far too much time and energy. We sped back down the road when suddenly a cry.
Snake!
In our elation at defeating gravity and Earth, we failed to see a gopher snake crossing the road. Until it was too late. pressure of the wheel ejected the contents of its stomach through a small hole in its side. He actually didn't seem too bad at first, but in about a minute he started to become unresponsive. Marty took him away to die in peace.
It's a gopher snake, so they're common.
That's true.
Danny,
Is it a mouse?
Danny, you're the villain here. So.
I'm the villain. I should have Darth Vader sound in the background.
This is all you.
Is it? I was driving down this road, this dirt road, and then Marty saw this gopher snake before I did because I was driving way too fast. Unfortunately, I ran it over, and basically its gut spilled out, and here's part of it here. It seemed like it was some small mammal it ate. I'm not sure what it is. And all I could say, like, be careful, because that might happen to any of you. If you're driving too fast and that snake was camouflage, it might be too late. You might run her over. And it might be because it's Friday 13th. You never know.
So, do you feel bad for what you did?
Not really. And the reason because it's one of the, I mean, first of all, it's an accident. Second of all, Friday 13th. Third of all, it's a pretty common snake that you see pretty often, especially out here in the desert. So, circle of life, I guess.
After the accidental death of the snake, we became more aware, and so when we came across the second, we stopped in time.
Here's another gopher snake, one that we didn't kill, and this is what I mean. They're pretty common. See that you see them all over the place. So when I said I didn't feel sorry for them, I meant the species, not the individual. So this one here is a nice, healthy individual. It's actually pretty big for a gopher snake. It got a little mad when I picked it up, but it's all it wants to do right now is just get away. So what I'll do is just release it back into the wild, so it won't get run over by some other car.
We cut across the desert, this time with more accurate bearings. The landscape changed to a Joshua Tree forest, and then we ascended into Lee Flats and Hunter Mountain, the last barrier between us and Saline Valley. Cumulonimbus clouds were forming far to the north, and they were coming our way. We only had a quarter tank of gas. The closest town was 100 miles away, but our destination was right here before us. We were here to climb a mountain and look for Beveridge City.
Okay.
As we made our descent into Saline Valley, a sinking feeling set in. The ruts in the road were loud, but everyone in this SUV was silent. We were beset with a mixture of determination and doubt. But like the explorers of old, we knew we couldn't turn back around. We looked down upon our fears with contempt and quelled them. As Shakespeare once wrote in his play, Measure for Measure, our doubts are traitors and make us lose the good we oft might win by fearing to attempt.
This is at the foot of Beveridge Canyon. Alright, it's raining a little bit right now. I think we don't got too much further to go, thankfully. And tonight we might take refuge in a mine just for a little bit.